Hello everyone and welcome to a new video on the channel. It's a lovely sunny day today and I got the last of my deliveries, probably for this month now I would think, in the post today, so I thought I'd do a pickups deliveries video from the last sort of 2 weeks. I think it probably has been since the last video. Yeah, paydays on Friday, so may get some more stuff, order some more stuff. I've got a few stuff I've got my eye on. Maybe I'll get the end of the week, start of next week. But yeah, got a decent amount to show you. There may be a few missing, but they will have probably, if they've not been pulled out, they've probably already been shown in another video, like in my weekly watches. So it's probably just because I forgot completely about them, but you will have seen them already. So yeah, not too big a deal. But I'll start with CEX. I went to Taunton last week and went into CEX, added sort of a list and came up with quite a nice stack that I'm very happy with. So first up we have John Q, a film I saw a long time ago. I remember enjoying it. I noticed a few weeks ago, maybe last week, week before, that it's on Netflix now, and I saw this for £6. I thought, yep, I'll add that to the collection because I like Denzel Washington, and I remember it being a decent film. I think it's where he plays a man, and his son needs like an organ transplant to survive, but something happens, and it's just like a hostage situation of sorts, and yeah, that's all I can really remember about it. So yeah, that's John Q. Then next up we have Nocturnal Animals, another one I remember seeing when it came out, but not vividly enough to tell you much about it. It's Amy Adams, Jake Gyllenhaal, Michael Shannon, Aaron Taylor Johnson. What's this in this? Isla Fisher, Laura Linney, Michael Sheen. Decent cast. It's a Tom Ford film, and this isn't the only Tom Ford title I'll be showing you in this video. But yep, as I say, I remember finding it interesting, and I've heard good things about it. So for £2, I thought, yep, that one's a no-brainer to add to the collection. Next up, we have The War of the Roses, which has been chosen by Stuart this week for my Watch Pile episode. I loved Romance in the Stone, and this basically brings back the main players in that. You got Danny DeVito, Michael Douglas, Kathleen Turner, and it's directed by Danny DeVito as well. I believe they're actually doing a remake of this. I believe it has filmed already, just called The Roses, I think maybe. It's Benedict Cumberbatch and Olivia Colman, I know that. It's just, I think it's a British remake. I believe directed by Jay Roach, who, what did he do? He did Bombshell, I think was his last film, maybe. I want to say he had something to do. Maybe he did the last Oceans film as well, Oceans 8, maybe. But yeah, anyway, The War of the Roses, looking forward to checking that one out. Next up, we have Frost Nixon, another one I've had my eye on for a while. I love biopics. If you know me, you know I love biopics. And it's a Ron Howard film, and I enjoy Ron Howard films. And it's obviously about the interview between Richard Nixon and David Frost, who was a TV personality over here in Britain in the 70s, I would believe. Frank Langella, Michael Sheen again in this one. Who else is in this? Kevin Bacon, Sam Rockwell's in this, I think. So yeah, Sam Rockwell. Oliver Platt, Matthew McFadden, Toby Jones, Rebecca Hall, music by Hans Zimmer, written by Peter Morgan, who did The Crown. So yeah, got lots of good names attached to it, and sounds like an interesting story, so I look forward to giving that one a go. It's on one of my favourites that I couldn't believe I didn't have in the collection until now, and that's The Nice Guys. I love this film. Shane Black, Ryan Gosling, Russell Crowe. Yeah, love if you like Shane Black, if you like Kiss Kiss Bang Bang, give this a go. Very similar sort of thing. About two private detectives that team up with each other. Well, Ryan Gosling's a private detective. Russell Crowe's more like a heavy, like an enforcer, and they team up. And it's like a noir film, basically set in the 70s in LA. It's very much like a black comedy thriller. Very funny, very good. As it says on the back, Lethal Weapon for a New Generation, which was obviously written by Shane Black. And yeah, fantastic film. You got who else is in this? You got Kim Basinger. That's the person I was thinking of that's in this as well. She plays like it's just like a mayor or governor or something high up. Um, and yeah, great film. Highly recommend checking this one out if you've not seen it. Then next up we have the Amityville Horror, which is the 88 films released from, I want to say this, yeah, last year, and I only paid a tenner for this, which I thought was a steal. And we were talking about this on the live stream last Monday, and it piqued my interest. So as soon as I saw it, I'm not leaving that on the shelf. I'm going to pick that up and give that a watch. I think my mum is quite keen to watch this one as well, so I may have to wait till the weekend to give this one a watch. Um, but yep, I've heard great things about it. James Brolin, Margot Kidder, Rod Steiger. Yep, heard great things about it. So we'll be giving that one a go soon. Another one that's been talked about quite a bit, I think Stuart mentioned this in his last video, Heartbreaking Films, in I think this was like an honourable mention maybe, or maybe it was in his top 10. That's Life is Beautiful, one that I've had my eye on for a while as well. A Roberto Benigni film, who also stars in this. I think it won, did it win? It won Best Foreign Language Film. The sticker is covering the other two Oscars. Let me see if I can take the sticker off and see what else it says. Best Actor and Best Music. So, yep. Set during the war in Italy about a Jewish waiter. And that's, I don't know much about it really. I've just heard that it's a beautiful film. Excuse the pun. So another one I'm really looking forward to checking out. Then we have one that I saw a long time ago, The Siege, Denzel Washington again, Annette Bening and Bruce Willis. I've seen this before, as I say, a long time ago, but remember it being a really good film. About terrorist attack in New York. Bombs keep getting set off, so the army comes in to try and lock down the city and get the terrorists. And I think Denzel Washington plays a special agent, and has to go up against Bruce Willis, who's like the army general, who's ruthless and just doesn't want to take anyone prisoner, basically. And yeah, I remember it being really enjoyable. So another one I'm looking forward to rewatch, and I'm happy is in the collection. I'll leave those two to last because I've actually watched them. So this one I actually am planning on watching this afternoon because I've heard good things about it and it looks right up my street. It's a British film from last year, and that is called The Critic, with Sir Ian McKellen, Gemma Arterton, Mark Strong, Ben Barnes, Alfred Enoch, Romola Garai and Leslie Manville. All about a theatre critic in the 30s in London who's quite controversial. He's very feared by everyone. And he gets help from someone that he hasn't spoken kindly of in the past, shall we say, when something happens. And that's all I know about it, but it looks decent. It looks like a good thriller, 101 minutes, as I say, from last year. So yeah, I look forward to giving this one a watch. I'll give it a watch this afternoon before the live stream, and yeah, I hope this video will be up before then anyway. I'll put this video up straight away. But yeah, looking forward to giving that one a go. And then two which I've seen, this I mentioned on my weekly watches last week, Sting, so I'll only briefly go over it again. Really enjoyed this one, thought it was really good. One of my favourite horror films from last year now. Loved how it really doesn't take itself seriously. It is exactly what you expect it to be, and it does it so well. So yeah, that's Sting. And then one I watched last night, which I'm not going to give any thoughts on at all because that will spoil my weekly watches. That's Calvary, which is a Irish film from director John Michael McDonagh, who also directed The Guard with Brendan Gleeson and is the brother of Martin McDonagh, director of In Bruges, Seven Psychopaths, Three Billboards and Banshees of Inisherin, many of which star Brendan Gleeson as well. So yeah, and I'm not going to say what I thought on this, but very happy to have it in the collection because I'd heard great things about it. It looks right up my street, so I like Brendan Gleeson. I love films set in Ireland, so yeah, that's Calvary. If you stay tuned to the live stream tonight, I may talk about it, because we do usually talk about what we've watched recently, so you may hear my thoughts briefly on there then. But that's Calvary. That's all the CEX pickups, so the rest are all deliveries. First up, one recommended to me by Ash over at Popcorn and Horror. I believe he picked it up as well. It was going really cheap. It's fairly new to Blu-ray. the American import, but it's an 80s teen comedy that you wouldn't get away with nowadays, but I've heard is pretty good. And that is Just One of the Guys. Still sealed, not got. I will watch it soon because I love these sorts of films. The only person I know in this is William Zabka, who obviously played Johnny in The Karate Kid. And obviously I know him from Cobra Kai, which is just finished. You got Josie Heiser, who I'm not familiar with. Billy Jacoby, not familiar with. Sherilyn Fenn, who I know because she was in Twin Peaks. And Clayton Rohner. It's the only two names that I know from there. But yeah, looking forward to giving this one a go. Don't have any expectations for this really. I'm expecting it to be a laugh, but yeah, that's Just One of the Guys. And then a few, actually, yeah, pretty much I'll go to those after because there's quite a lot, to be honest. These two next up, this one I just thought, again, Tom Ford. I was watching The Railway Man, when was it, last week, and I thought I need to get more Colin Firth films in the collection. I love him as an actor, and I'm sure there are films that I've missed from his filmography that I should watch. This being one of them, A Single Man, for which he won the BAFTA for Best Actor. As I said, it's a Tom Ford film. I think it's a thriller set in the 60s in LA, about a British college professor. You've also got Julianne Moore, you've got Nicholas Hoult, Matthew Good, great cast. As I said, a Tom Ford film. Don't know too much about it, but one that I'm eager to get into. And then this, which literally just came today, I was watching The Three Musketeers last week, and then after that, we were talking about other stuff. We were talking about, in the group, Stuart was talking about The Count of Monte Cristo, because that's also Richard Chamberlain, the 70s version. I looked it up, very out of print, so I don't think I'll be getting my hands on that one anytime soon. And then he mentioned I think he said Richard Chamberlain was in a version of The Man in the Iron Mask, or that there was a Man in the Iron Mask version in the 70s. And I'd had my eyes on this one for a while, because it's one, I'll show you, it's the 90s The Man in the Iron Mask. The reason I've had my eye on this for a while, it's one of the very, very few DiCaprio films I've not actually seen. I think the main ones that I've got left to watch are this, The Basketball Diaries. That's pretty much it, I think. I think I've seen pretty much all of his other films. There are obviously a few smaller films. The Quick and the Dead, that's another one I need to get. Critters 3. Is it This Boy's Life as well? So there's a few, but 3, maybe 4 that I need to get and give a watch. But I love the story of the Musketeers. I loved the Three Musketeers if you saw my weekly watches video. So I had to get this. It was the cheapest I've seen it for a while. It was just under £10, and it's usually going for about 20. So I picked it up straight away. So yeah, as I said, DiCaprio's in it. Jeremy Irons, John Malkovich, Gerard Depardieu, Gabriel Byrne. So great cast. And one that I'm very much looking forward to checking out. And then I was going to mention earlier, but I'll mention it now. 4, which Stuart recommended. I think one or two of them he's just recommended to me in the group, and 2 of them I saw in his last haul pickups video. So first up was this one he said that I'd love, and that is called Gorgo, which is like the British take on Godzilla, which was in the 60s. This is an American release, I think, but it is region free. This was cheap. I think this was just under £10. But he said that this is quite emotional, quite a great, like a good monster film. And he's usually right. There's only been very few films that we've differed on. One of which I mentioned in the last video, that being The Godfather, which I didn't rate at all. And Apocalypse Now, which I've spoken about before, which I don't rate at all. I just don't rate Coppola as a director in general. But yeah, I think I'll get a kick out of this one. I think I'm going to enjoy this one. I don't know any of the stars in it, but maybe that would be a good thing. Only 77 minutes as well, so I reckon this is a Sunday afternoon watch. Or just an afternoon watch in general. Nice, easy watch. Maybe I'll watch this tomorrow. I don't know. But yeah, looks like a good film. Gorgo. Then this one I've mentioned in my weekly watches, which thank you to Stuart for recommending because it was my highlight of last week. And that's Murder by Decree, which is Sherlock Holmes against Jack the Ripper. In this one, Christopher Plummer's playing Holmes, James Mason's playing Dr. Watson. You got Donald Sutherland in this, David Hemmings, Susan Clark, Anthony Quayle, John Gielgud, Frank Finlay from the Musketeers films. Yeah, great film, directed by Bob Clark, who I believe did A Christmas Story. Yeah, Christmas Story, which I've not seen. So yeah, I'm looking forward to. What am I talking about? I'm happy to have this in the collection. I have seen it, so I'm not looking forward to watching it because I've seen it. But very happy and thankful to Stuart for recommending this in his video. This was another one that he said in the group chat. He knows that I'm a big fan of this actress, and I believe she features in last week's Weekly Watches video. He said this was another fantastic film of hers. There's only a few now that I've left to get, and that is Hello Dolly with Barbara Streisand. You got Automato, Michael Crawford, who is obviously most probably well known for Some Mothers to Have Them, which I've not seen, which I need to get onto because I've heard it's very funny, and directed by Gene Kelly as well. Still sealed this one, so I've not got around to it yet. But again, I reckon this will make for a good Sunday afternoon watch, a good musical on a Sunday afternoon. Cannot go wrong with that. And finally, another one which featured in his last haul video that I've had my eye on for a while, but I thought I'd pull the trigger, get it, and give it a watch because it's supposed to be a classic and a great film. And that's Audrey Hepburn in Breakfast at Tiffany's. Yeah, obviously I know the score, Moon River, Henry Mancini, fantastic score, fantastic song. Directed by Blake Edwards, who's probably most known for doing the Pink Panther films. And he did Victor Victoria with Julie Andrews, who he was obviously married to. Lots of comedy 70s films. But yeah, I've heard this is a fantastic classic film. I think, where is it? Is it set in, it says it's set in Manhattan. Yeah, obviously at Tiffany's, something to do with Tiffany's. Yeah, looking forward to giving that one a watch, see what it's like. Yeah. But that's it for this week. That is all of the pickups I have got. I'll get them all in a stack. So a nice chunk to get through watching, and some which I've already seen. So very happy with that. I'd imagine the next pickups video / delivery video, probably another 2 weeks, 2-3 weeks. Because obviously, as I say, I'm not planning on buying anything else this week. So if I were to order anything on Friday, it's not going to come until early next week. I'd rather wait until I have a significant amount to get. I've got quite a few stuff to trade into CEX, so hopefully I'll either do that this week or next week, and I might get some more stuff there because I've made a few lists, because there are a few things I've got my eye on. But yeah, nice pickups this week, some I'm very happy with there. Let me know if you've got any of those below, what you think to the ones that I've not seen yet. Let me know down below. If you like the video, make sure to give it a thumbs up, subscribe if you want to see more videos like this, turn your notification bell on so you know when I have a new video uploaded to the channel. Comment down below anything and everything. As you know, I always take the time to get back to anyone that leaves me a comment because I really do appreciate it. And that is it. So until next time everyone, take care, goodbye.